first and last name for the record.
Reginald Wilbur Wright, Jr.
Please rise for the jury.
Send him to prison. Sure. Even though we don't like each other. Sure. I don't want to send...
What's going on, y'all? Man, it's King Cliff holding it down for the cool table. Man, I'm right back at you. Keefe D, day 2 of the Tupac trial is going down, and a lot of things are happening, a lot more to come. Right now, we have 2 big witnesses. Reggie Wright Jr., former security for Suge Knight and others, and down with the Death Row organization, have been around this whole thing for a long time. He's snitching and telling on Keefe D. Also, you have Mob James, who's took the stand, but refusing to snitch on Keefe D. Let's check it out.
Last name for the record.
Reginald Wilbur Wright, Jr.
Please rise for the jury.
He was mainly known as at one point he was known as a crackhead, but then later on he was known as a drug dealer. And I mainly was a guy and didn't really enforce on the level of narcotics he was working.
Something changed. Well, we all know that on September 7th, 1996, Tupac Shakur and Mr. Knight was at least grazed in the head by a bullet. Did you find out about that?
Yes, sir.
How did you find out about that?
2 gentlemen, Buntry, true name was Alton McDonald, and a gentleman by the name of Neckbone, well, his true name is Roger Wills, and his moniker is Neckbone. They came inside the club and came straight to me. It was like, Reggie, Suge and Pac this guy down the street. I thought they were messing with me because they like, where Reggie at, because I wasn't there with him. But then Mr. Khaleesi, who was standing near me, I guess he talked to some of the officers that was working out front, and he kind of verified to me that something happened. And then by that time, I see about 4 or 5 other units that were working at the club. They started taking out heading that way.
I want to ask you this just straight. Did you have anything to do with the Washington?
Absolutely not.
Send him to prison. Sure. Even though we don't like each other. Sure. I don't want to send you to prison. So that's why I'm here where I'm at and the way I am. Because I changed my life. I'm raising my grandkids. I'm teaching them never to be like their papa. And here I am explaining to people what I used to be. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that at all. And you asking me questions that can hurt him. And like I told them, I'm trying to avoid to answer the questions that they might look at me and say, something is wrong.
I'm such a snitch that when I was little, no kids wouldn't let me do dirty stuff with them because they were like, you gonna tell. And I was like, yeah, I would. Yeah. You're not even wrong. I really would. I would panic. I'd tell everybody. I'd tell everybody everything. I'd probably tell them stuff that didn't even happen. I'm telling just to make the story feel full. My favorite snitch story of all time was this guy was in a gang and he got caught on some unrelated stuff and then he turned state's evidence. Right? So then he started working with police, became a confidential informant, and was giving them everything on the gang as an enterprise. And then the day came that they had planned for so long. He was supposed to give them the time and the place to meet where the stash house was, when the stash house would have the most money, the most guns, and have everybody there. And so the day came, he called the police. Police bust in, and they're arresting everybody, and they're seizing everything. And there's video that leaked of it that then became part of a little documentary on it. And you can see in the thing that the cops, when they're busting in, forgot to arrest him. And so he knows he needs to be arrested. So as the cops are even running past him, he's like, oh no! Oh my God! What is happening? Oh, Y'all, they got us. Oh no. And there's a little subtitle on the thing where the man is sitting on his hands, uncuffed, whispering to the cop, "Motherfucker, cuff me. What are you doing? You trying to get me killed?"
You don't want to talk, huh? Without your cooperation, we don't have a case.
I ain't snitched a day in my life and I ain't about to start snitching now.
Looks like we're gonna have a long night together then, huh? I'm gonna enjoy this meal. You don't want to talk.
Wait, hold on. Is that ribeye?
Yeah, it's a ribeye.
Well, how you got that? Where you got that from?
Maestros? You ever had a steak at Maestros? Want to give it a try? Haven't had a bite yet. Untouched. Haven't had it. It's good, yeah.
Freddie.
Pardon me?
You asked who was driving. Freddie was driving.
Really? Mm-hmm. Hey. Oh, my God. If it's coconut you want, it's coconut you get.
Jamaican?
Yeah, brother.
What part of Jamaica you from? That accent sound kind of off, don't it?
Yes, sir, brother.
Yes, sir, brother.
Brother.
Oh, what part of Jamaica is that?
South Jamaica.
Just get out of here. I think this nigga from Compton.
All right, great. And now tell me, how do you feel about witness protection?
Witness protection? How long is Freddie gonna do in jail?
Well, if he's got a good lawyer, he's probably gonna do 10 years, maybe.
10 years.
Maybe 5, you know. He'd probably do 5 if he's got good time, maybe 2.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I'll do witness protection. Please, if you don't mind, you can write that in.
Definitely, yeah.
So here's my thing. There's so many layers to this thing, even when it's not. I mean, if we're gonna be real, I've seen stuff where Keefe D has said too much, and the things he said too much of is what put him in this situation in the first place. But I do want to say I respect Mob James for sticking to whatever code it is that you believe in. You ain't down with snitching, and even though you don't like this man, you ain't gonna be responsible for taking him down and breaking the codes that you stand on, the morals that you stand on. And not everybody will agree, about those morals. A lot of people will. But if you have a code or have a moral compass that you believe in, stay true to that. So I salute to that. Reggie Wright, he just seemed like he was too enthusiastic. And maybe he's not affiliated with anything, but at the same time, he was security for sure. So he was affiliated with some things, whether or not that was deeply tied into like the gang ties to the streets, or whether it was just being affiliated to the Death Row organization. You know what I'm saying? But you would think that he wouldn't be so eager to do this snitching thing either, but he is, and he seems overjoyed about it. And maybe it's what's needed so we can get to some resolution for this Tupac thing. Once again, rest in peace to Tupac forever. I'm gonna catch you cool kids next time. Deuces.